Welcome to another Quantum Conversation. I'm Loren Gailey, and I invite you to sit back as we enter the quantum realm, that space of the greater part of you. It is your connection to infinite possibilities, infinite potential, and infinite mastery.
Welcome, beautiful hearts, as we are talking about infinite mastery and developing psionics. We're almost at a graduation level when we learn how to apply some of the tools. And today we're talking about sacred activations and a way that you can become a practitioner in sacred activations. Tamra Oviatt is the founder of Sacred Activations. Her story of awakening is literally what got her here today and what got her to bring through the sacred activations as she went on a deep dive spiritually, Glastonbury and all of that. So, hi, Tamra, welcome, welcome, welcome.
I'm so happy to be with you again. You know, you were my first interview ever.
Wow, that's right. And that was back in Boulder, Colorado, with a television, a TV camera, and all that stuff. So that was fun.
2013, I think it was.
Wow, you remember the date, the year. Wow,
Well,
amazing. 12 years ago. 12
yeah.
years ago. Okay, I am so thrilled, and it's been quite the journey. Here we are. Here we are. So, in this episode, we can talk about what sacred activations are and how each one of us can take these and make them apply in our life, in the lives of our loved ones, and even use them as a healing modality of practice, add it to our repertoire. And that's a beautiful opportunity that you've created for everyone. But first, we're going to talk a little deep about the healing that needs the healing, or let's call it an alignment, a realignment of the collective consciousness. So here we are, and it's kind of interesting. Sometimes it feels like things are getting cray-cray, like people are getting really frustrated, rough around the edges. Some are going through grief. Some are elated and happy and ready for game on, new earth. But others are extremely frightened. And so here, I think it's highly important to stay focused on the light, the light, the light, the joy, compassion, and actually kick ass for New Earth, right? Solution energy, solution energy. What are your thoughts about the collective and what's going on out there?
So much false information. All of these amazing channelers that I absolutely love, they're channeling wrong information in, and they're giving false information, on my opinion. And I know this is going to go against what most people say, almost everybody says. Is they talk about how the world's going to split in two. They talk about how the consciousness, a 3D conscious. I just saw somebody this morning on YouTube, and they're so well known that 3D people are going to stay 3D and 5D are going to go up and beyond. My opinion on this is we are all in this together. We who are playing this game and are practicing with our power are creating a new collective consciousness for humanity. So that means the fear, the suffering, the pain, the sickness, the sorrow, the sadness is all going to disappear. And the new collective consciousness is peace, love, joy, abundance, and health for all. I know that's what's happening. I know it is. I know it with every part of my being that that's what we're doing. And it's misinformation that just keeps being sent to everybody. And it's another division. It's another division programming that's separating the spiritual people. There's so much misinformation sent to us. And in the collective consciousness, we are constantly getting piped in with this negative information that spins us out and separates us. And that's all it is. It's a game. It's just a game. It's just a game. And you have to stay steady on peace, love, joy, and happiness. because that's what's creating the new consciousness, the collective consciousness. So what's going to happen is all these people, and a lot of them are your loved ones that are stuck in
Yes.
this fear program, sorrow, sadness, pain, all of those programs that they're spinning out in. Guess what? Those programs aren't going to be available for them to plug into anymore. What will be available in the collective consciousness is the peace, love, joy, and happiness.
Mhm.
So what happens is the world just keeps getting better and better and better. And
Right.
everybody's talking about the timeline splits. The timelines are collapsing. We're bringing all of us into our bodies now from all dimensions, all timelines, all here, right here, and right now. There's no reason to be scattered and have your energy into a past life or a future life, because the only time that matters is right here, right now. So stop getting sidetracked with past lives and future lives, and I was this and I was that, and I'm from here and I'm from there. Who cares? What matters is right here, right now. You, I'm talking to you right there. Making sure I'm looking at the camera. You are important. You are amazing, and you are changing the collective consciousness. You are affecting the consciousness of the whole planet by how you spend your day. And the good part on that and the bad part on that is 95% of our day is ran by our subconscious programming, and that programming in the subconsciousness of humanity. So we're running these programs from the collective consciousness, from our past lives, from our childhood, right? So what we got to do is clear those programs out, and they're replaced peace, love, joy, and happiness, and everything that brings us that. So the more programs we delete out, just like a computer, and you're deleting out these programs, and then you're installing this new program, like you have this art program on your computer and it came with your computer, right? And it's just outdated. It's not doing what you want it to do. It's not functioning properly. Well, you can't just put new software on top of it and it's going to run right. It's going to glitch. You got to clear out the old programs, delete them, and then install the new programs. And then the new programs are running. And guess what? Your computer automatically runs better, right? That's you.
Mhm.
So we're all in this together. Remember that. Remember who you are. You are a creator. You are important. You are freaking magical. You are the temple of God.
Mhm.
Remember who you are. So
Mhm.
there you go. I just had to say it. It just came out. It was just, I just had to get that out there. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me and listening. And I hope you continue to listen to this. And I hope I didn't freak you out, but you are powerful. You
We
are.
are, and and so let's talk about New Earth. New Earth is a frequency. We have heard that from the Arcturians, from higher illumined realms, and New Earth is actually, many can feel it and sense it because it's a vibration. And so when we are in the love and the peace, so it's almost like we're walking in two worlds, right? Because we can look outside and something can jar us into a lower vibration. But the immaculate work is to be in that vibration in the face of everything. And that's not always easy. So and so this is the work that you do. You are committed to world peace. You have
Absolutely.
incarnated to be here to see world peace. Sometimes it's things that we're so far from that, but you know what? I think that there is this incredible breakthrough that we're so close to. But
We
again,
are.
it comes to one heart at a time, one heart at a time. And sometimes when we look out at the world, it's like, where's the decency? Well, some of the players that are out there in the collective are certainly not showing the way of decency. And
They're
that is
playing the
what you're,
game. They're playing
is
their
there,
role.
okay, so now you're saying that we are in a spiritual war right now and that we're being hypnotized
Oh, yeah.
and that we can't fight the matrix.
You
We
can't
can't
fight the
fight the
matrix.
matrix, but we can remove those programs that keep us in the matrix, right?
That's right. And yeah, you can't, because when you're fighting the matrix, You're fighting the system. What happens? Do you get angry? Do you
Yeah, we
get
get really
scared? Do you get
angry.
pissed off? Do you make yourself sick over
Mhm.
worry about the future? I mean, think about that. So if you're fighting the matrix, which is all about vibration,
Right.
and you're in fear, you're in anger, you're pissed off, guess what happens?
That's
That
the vibration.
feeds the matrix. You're
That
feeding the matrix. When you're fearful, when you're angry, when you're pissed off, you're
Yep.
keeping that energy going.
Uh-huh.
So the
Yes.
more you can be in peace, I mean, even if you can do 51% of your day
Okay.
in
Yeah.
peace, that gives more power to the collective of the peace energy than it does the war energy. I mean, all of us really have the energy of heaven and hell within us. It's all in here, right? And when we're in fear, we're in anger, we're in that hell vibration. And when we're in love and we're excited, we're in that heaven vibration, right? And it balances out. And when you start tipping the scale more into the happy, loving joy vibration, it just continues. And when you do, you're affecting millions of people because we're in a collective and we're all connected. What does Greg Braden say? Square root of 1% changes the planet, right? We're way past that. So all these programs are still being thrown at us, but it's easier just to see through them and just go, whatever. I mean, there's supposed to be some drone invasion or something. It's like, whatever. I haven't
It's
watched anything on it. It's like, oh, please.
it's
And then
psyops.
if
It's a
all these
psyop.
UFOs land, cool.
Yeah,
What's there to
yeah.
be afraid of? You know what I mean? So, and it's
That's
about
interesting.
planning your future, planning your now, being happy now, and focusing on the future and being excited about what you're doing. I mean,
Mm.
maybe you're feeding homeless people or you go shopping for your grandma, you know, or your daycare provider. All of those things are so important.
Mhm.
And if you're just loving what you're doing, you're perfect and you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do, and you don't have to do anything else.
So what would you say? Oh my goodness. Okay. Because you know what? I've chatted offline with people, friends and colleagues, and it seems like many are getting into spats with family members because it's just like this energy that's like, "Urgh," and then it's seeping out. And that, you know what, that's harmful when family members or loved ones or friends or things like this can take our energy like that. So I believe it's part of this greater program in the collective, the Matrix program,
Oh
that
yeah.
just is taking it, it's loosh. It's called loosh, right? There, it's capturing our loosh, that energy, and that's what's feeding the Matrix.
Yeah.
So then what do you do? Because I've decided, you know what? I'm going to go through my YouTube. It's funny, the algorithm, that word algorithm, even my husband and I, we got into like a boom because I was going into this word. Somehow we got on a conversation and the word algorithm came up and he started to explain it. And then as he explained it, it made me so, it triggered me big time. And I'm going to go into YouTube and I'm going to mess with the algorithm on my personal viewing history. Because if I click on something, so many more of these same things come up, and I don't like
Mm.
that. That is
I just said not interested. Yeah.
great. Okay, okay, good. Not
Yeah.
interested. And if I am interested, I'll go back and find it. So, okay, no more, no more. See, this is no more complaining about it. This is more about taking our joy control over, right? Our
Yeah.
joy
It's
control.
about healthy boundaries, man. I just put not interested, blocked, not interested. I do the same thing on Facebook. And if I'm on Facebook and people are saying negative comments all the time, I just unfriend them. I don't want to see that stuff. And any pages that try to throw stuff at me, I just block them. It's like, nah, 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 nah. And we got to do the same thing with life in all areas of life, really.
Yeah. You know what? I used to think, as a journalist, I would read the news. I was in broadcast news journalism, and I cannot stomach watching local TV news anymore. I see right through it.
I can imagine.
But so I read, and even reading the news, I can see the bias in all of it. And so, you know
Oh
what?
yeah.
I'm going to just check out.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
all
even do that
fear-based.
anymore. Yeah.
I mean, it's in one way, it's kind of like I kind of want to keep a beat on it so that I know where to go in my world to do the work. But now I think we're moving to maybe a new level. Would you think it's a different level of an inner knowing of, let's
You
say,
know what you need to
discernment
know.
and a
Yeah,
and so it's almost like a vibrational thing too, right? If it
totally,
makes us
completely.
feel bad or
Don't
fearful
listen
or
to it.
scared or like we're looking into the future, that's all got to go. So what
Yeah.
do you do? Tell us what you do. This is where sacred activations, and this is why you're on such an incredible mission. What
Well,
do you do
yeah.
then to tune
I've cleared myself. I used to be really caught up in the conspiracy theories. And I used to get really angry.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
And
that
I'd hear,
anger is what was a catalyst for you in a
yeah.
way.
Well,
But then
yeah.
what? I mean,
I
it's the
clear
meat of a
it.
rabbit.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
clear it. I clear the program because we have these programs that are repeating over and over and over again. So
Mhm.
when you clear the program, then you're no longer going and looking at all of that stuff. And it's not making you mad. I mean, I heard about the drone thing. I haven't done anything on it. It's like, whatever. You know
It's
what
a
I mean? I'm
psyop.
so
It's
not interested. Oh, this bill passed, this one failed, this did. It's like, whatever. You know what I mean? My focus
but
is on, I know we get world peace, and
when
I'm going to
the
have a
when
good time, doing
okay.
what I do, helping people do the same thing, helping people to change their subconscious belief systems.
Okay.
So you're changing. See, 95% of your life is being ran
Hmm.
unconsciously.
Hmm.
Why don't you make sure you're putting in programs of ways you wouldn't want to experience and delete the ones you're tired of freaking repeating? How many things do you do over and over and over again in all areas of your life? Might be different people, different names, they look different, but it's the same thing happening. So when we're deleting this stuff, then we no longer attract people like that because that program's gone or that situation. It's different situation. I was out with my driver yesterday and my assistant and her husband moved here to Mexico, which I'm really excited about. They moved from the UK. And so he was with us yesterday and we went to have breakfast before we did our shopping and stuff. And my driver told Anthony, he says, I've been working for her for 4 years. He says, I don't know why I'm telling you this. When I do what she tells me to do, I'm very successful. And when I ignore her, I sabotage myself. And I think the reason I'm saying this is because it's that subconscious belief systems. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Not that I'm always right. I'm not saying that because what I'm saying is it's those subconscious belief systems. If you're following those subconscious belief systems that are sabotaging you and not looking for other ways to go beyond that, you're going to continue running the same thing. Did that make sense? That kind of didn't make sense to me. But
Yes, it does. It does make sense. But so then deleting these programs,
yeah, that's where I come in.
recognizing when you're
Yeah,
done with something, that
yeah.
is an important step. So like it's any type of anger or frustration, we can just say, I'm done with that. But then what do you do? Like, so then how do you delete it? How do you clear it? What do you do? Sacred
Well, I
activation.
use sacred activations for that. There's many activations, and most of them are about changing your subconscious belief systems and negativity. And there's a lot of also high vibrational activations. But you got to clear out the stuff first before you can really run those higher vibrational activations. There's a lot of people doing high vibrational activations, but people can't hold on to the energy because they still have all those old programs. So, but what I do and how I clear myself is sacred activations. And that's when my life changed. Because before that, I was always in anger. I was always in fear. I was always falling flat on my face. I could be very, very successful. And then when I went out on my own to be a healer, I fell flat on my face. I was a disaster. I was a mess. I couldn't support myself. But when I was working for someone else, I could make really good money. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I had, and then I was really angry at the world, basically. I couldn't wait to get out of the USA. I, yeah, I'm not going to go into all of that, but trust me, I needed work. And that the sacred activations is what changed me. I used to hate my stepsister and brother. I hated my stepmom before she died. I went and had a great conversation with her. I just, a couple months ago, I went to California to a cousin's reunion, and my stepsister and brother were there. Um, I was very, very angry at my stepbrother for many, many years. And I told him, I gave him a hug and I told him I loved him. And I said, we're good. And so we were able to have good conversations and stuff. And it was really beautiful healing. There was no negative energy towards some of these people I didn't like for years. And they all used to talk about me and stuff, because Tamara's writing books, she's spiritual, what the heck is she doing? Now they treat me really kind and nice. And I believe that's because I've accepted myself, I've healed myself. So now they like me. They came up to me separately. I love what you're doing. I can't believe you got to go to Japan and teach. Wow, this is really amazing. And they did it quietly on their own. You know what I mean? And where before it was everybody's all, oh my God, Tamara, blah, blah, blah. But you know what changed? Me.
Okay.
I changed. So they treated me differently. And it's the same thing with my husband and I. We just got together 4.5 years ago and we moved in together right away. I mean, like within a couple weeks after reconnecting. I mean, so we had a lot to learn. You know what I mean? And so instead of getting mad at him and fighting with him, I go and I work on myself. And he changes how he treats me.
That's
And our
so
relationship gets better and better. And the longer we're together, our relationship gets better. And it's beautiful. I'm so excited that I get to be in love and have a husband in my life. And I wasn't ready for that before. I would have destroyed it. And even at the beginning of this, it was difficult for the first year until I really started, instead of getting mad at him for the way he acted and being
Mhm.
mad at him because he acted that way, he said something stupid. I mean, he's a great guy, but none of us are perfect.
Mhm.
I started working on myself about all that stuff, and he stopped saying that stuff. And if
Interesting.
and if he does say it, it's stopped right away. You know what I mean? I'll just go, "What? Why are you doing that?" And he'll go, and then he'll reconnect. And
Because
because we
you
get
shifted.
caught up in those subconscious programs, right? But me healing me is changing him too.
Yes, because you're not reacting, pointing the finger of blame, pointing out what you don't like about him. You're just simply saying, why are you acting that way? And that's powerful. Okay. So, sacred activations. I love hearing this story. For those who are new and are not aware of what they are, we're going to experience a few because it really does get to the subconscious. And what's amazing is that it's silent. These are silent activations because it's the energetics. Now, you were in Roslyn Church when you got tapped on the proverbial astral body. Or you were guided. You were tapped to lead this
Oh
way.
yeah. Oh
Mhm.
yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
And you
Yeah, I
listened
won't
and
go
you
over
took
the whole
action.
story, but I was
Okay.
told by God when I was in England, in 2012, I was told to go to the Roslyn Chapel. I'm not going to tell you the whole backstory, but so I went to the Roslyn Chapel. I booked a train. I booked a B&B. Somebody I'd worked with a couple times over Skype. Um, I heard have her meet you at the church. She lived in Scotland. And so I had her meet me at the church. We sat down in the pew and I connected. I said, okay, God, I'm here. And when I did, I was told to go into the Akashic records. And when I went into the Akashic records, Lord Metatron was standing there, and I said, "Who are you and what do you want?" So I'd never seen anybody in the Akashic records. I would just go get information for people when I was doing readings and healings for people. And so he said he was there to assist me. And then this energy started going in the top of my head like a tornado. And it was followed up by these golden seals, these like golden coins. It was stacking in. And again, I'm going to make this really short. When we drove away from the church, I heard, "You're now crystalline, give these to others." And so I called my friends on Zoom or on Skype. I said, "Guess what happened? You want this?" And I started giving the activations. And then I moved in with a couple in London, and I was getting more activations. I was guided to go to Stonehenge. I went to Stonehenge and received another very powerful activation. And then I got the Moses codes, which is a tree of life. And all of these are sacred geometry activations. I didn't know what sacred geometry was, but I was seeing the symbols in people's energy field being repaired. And I didn't know sacred geometry. And my friend I was staying with handed me a book from Mizdak and opened it up, the Flower of Life book. And I saw the symbol of the tree of life. I went, "Oh my God, I'm doing that. What is this?" So I read his two books, volume 1 and 2 on that. And I got a couple other activations through there, like super DNA, which turn on 4 more codon in your DNA to make you 2,000 or 3,000 times less likely to get a sickness or a disease. And so it's upgrading your DNA to that new crystalline levels of a lot of the children are coming in with that now. So,
Wow.
yeah.
I love how you were guided and followed the cues. And then you were shown, it was confirmed or validated by other teachers and teachings out there. And you had never recognized that through any teaching. So
No,
you weren't schooled or learned on it. It was something
no.
that you picked up on in your own energy field and you followed suit. So that's what we all want. We all want to do that. So when we're developing our own psionics, you said it, it's the subconscious that is in the way. What programs the subconscious? Is it our feelings and trauma and
Everything. I mean, we come in with programs, right? We need an operating system. We're a computer. What are we going to do if we don't have programs? I mean, we needed to know how to cry and talk. And I mean, we come in with programs, and to eat and all that other stuff too. But, and we also come in with programs of past lives. Right? So we need programs because we need to know how to react and we need to be able to go into our database, which is our subconscious programming, right? And then in our first 7 years, we're in theta brainwave and we're receiving all these downloads from our family, where they take us from TV, from what we watch, from what we hear, from the news, all of this stuff, money, health, all of that's getting programmed in. And as we go on through our lives, when we accept other programs, they're going in too. And so what happens is you're just running on those programs. You didn't know you were putting programs in that are going to run your life. You had no idea, but you do now. And it's up to you to change them. If you want a better life, you can't manifest your way through a better life without clearing out your hard drive. You'll fall flat on your face over and over again unless you're working on yourself. At least I did. And I know a lot of other people. I watch them do it. So if you don't have that programming to support you, you're going to continue to go back to the old programming. Like, have you ever done a weekend event and you come home, rah, 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 I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that? I used to go to all those events. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I'm so excited, I'm going to follow through. And then 3, 4, 5 days, a couple weeks later, you're doing your same routine and you haven't changed at all. I know you know what I'm talking about. It's because you didn't change your subconscious programming. So you're going back into your programming is running your life. We're only planning and really manifesting 5% of our day. So can you imagine creating your subconscious mind with like 51%, just 51% positive programs instead of negative ones?
Yeah.
Imagine how your day would be and how your life would be and how much easier everything would be.
Give us an example of a positive program because I mean our heads are thinking and focusing on that. And we heard
Well,
recently, I think it was just yesterday, focus on what you'd like to see, not what you don't like to see. Focus on that. That's one way, right?
yeah,
But so
but
like
it's hard because you're saying don't think of a blue elephant.
it's hard because if someone could offend you or hurt your feelings, then that's the program. You have to say, okay, I'm tired of feeling this way, right?
That's right. And everybody's going to
I'm
show up
being
to make you feel that way until you clear yourself from needing to feel that way. Everybody's
okay.
just a mirror of your belief systems.
Okay, so that's the first thing to do
Yeah,
is
because like my
work.
relationship with my husband, me working on myself,
Mhm.
I'm creating scenarios with my mom and my dad or different people, you know what I mean? So I'm creating their patterns. And then when I start noticing that, it's like, wait a minute, I don't want that kind of relationship. I don't want that. And I
Yeah,
clear the
yeah.
program out. It's like, no, thank you. I don't want to experience that anymore. And it goes away.
I
I don't have to
see.
say anything to him about it. I just work on myself and he changes how he acts
Yes.
because everybody's in support of everybody's. They're supporting you in your learning and in your growth and in your life. And if it's always you're a victim, you're always broke, you're always sick, those are your programs and everybody's going to show up to assist you with being broke, with being sick, with having bad relationships, with being a victim. Oh, I'm always victimized. Everybody always victimized me. Well, hello. Stop that. You have to stop that. Then nobody will victimize you anymore. Yeah, it's you. Doesn't that suck? Wouldn't it be easier if we were just freaking victims?
No, we're done with that. We're done with that
Yeah,
triangle of drama, that
it's you
victim
have to take
persecutor.
charge of your life. You have to take charge of your life. What are you doing? What are you doing to do that? And I'm here to say sacred activation is going to help you and it's going to be so easy. If you're a practitioner, you can just run them on yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Let me
So,
tell you about practitioner training. Can I jump there
let's
real quick?
absolutely, because this is the graduation level. So many people want to just do this for ourselves. So
Yeah.
whenever someone is in a mental state or feeling bad or something, that is a perfect time to go deep and use that as a reprogrammer. Tell us more.
Yeah. Yeah. On the first level, which I have coming up, a practitioner training, you get 30 golden seals and you can work one-on-one with people. And four of the golden seals are sacred geometry. So you're going to be able to activate your 18 strands of DNA, that for your friends and family. You're going to be able to do their tree of life. You're going to be able to do the flower of life, which is also the Christ consciousness energy. Those three activations alone right there are going to change people so much you have no idea. You're going to be able to clear out 0 to 7. You're going to be able to clear out, family constellations, which changes your family dynamics like crazy. Victim, victimizer, fear. These are all going to change your subconscious belief systems. And this is how easy it is. Once you receive the golden seals, you connect inside and you say, okay, run the Lord Metatron. Bam, it starts running. That's it. Run the flower of life. Bam, it starts running. You're out and you're in anger and you're in a situation. Run anger and resentment. And you think about that, what's going on, and you're looking at it and you're thinking about it, you're all start that. And it's going to clear all that out for you. And anger and resentment all isn't going to disappear in one day, okay? Because we have anger and resentment at this and that and this and that. So if you focus on anger and resentment towards my mom or towards the government or towards whatever, and you run it for that and you just think about it. That's it. And then what happens is you just stop thinking about it because the program's no longer there. Or victim, victimizer. It's one activation, it's victimizer. I'll run that today. And you just run that activation because most victims are victimizers, right? They are. So if you're being victimized or you catch yourself victimizing someone else, because you don't even know you're doing it, it's your programming and you're all, oh my God, why am I acting this way, right? So you just run the activation and it clears it out. And then you just stop treating people that way or they stop treating you that way. The program's gone and you no longer experience being victimized. Or if something comes up again, you notice how you totally treat it differently and it no longer affects you. And then it just goes away completely.
Amazing.
And,
So,
and
so these sacred activations, you said there's 30 seals. Um, and the activations, will practitioners know just what to do? Is there a certain protocol that is run, or?
yeah, we have a weekend training. You receive the golden seals and then we practice. You're
Okay.
practicing with people all over the world on Zoom in a private Zoom room with someone, and you guys are practicing one-on-one. A lot of times we'll have somebody repeating the class or we'll have teachers that join in. So you never know who you're going to get paired up with someone. It could be someone brand new or someone that knows what they're doing. But I'm there to answer questions. I'm there to help you. I'm there to hold your hand. And it's so freaking easy. I, s- I
Easy.
think it's the easiest modality on the planet. I really do. And you know what's really cool is you don't have to know what someone's going through to help them. You don't need to find a bottom belief. You don't have to go look at a past life. None of that. You just run the activation and it clears all that out. They don't have to tell you anything because a lot of people aren't going to want to tell you what they've really been through. They're embarrassed or ashamed, right? So
Wow.
we run the programs to clear that energy out. So they're no longer embarrassed or ashamed, you know what I mean? So that they can feel more comfortable in life. There's just so many ways that we can help reprogram the energy. And with the sacred geometry activations, those are going to change thousands of belief systems right there. Those are like complete miracles. What I've seen with just these 3 activations blows me away. So I make sure that everybody gets these because I want everybody to change. And then, of
I
course, we have all the belief activations and stuff to help you level up. And when you're clearing that stuff out, life just gets better. And we have a complete program to support practitioners. We have a practitioner page. I think there's over 2,000 practitioners now. I have a lot in Japan. I think I have over 600 in Japan now. I've been working with the company in Japan. Really excited about that. Um, and everybody supports each other. They practice, they give you ideas, they help you. And I always let the practitioners redo the class as much as they want. When you've bought the class once, you have lifetime access to that class.
That's
Do it
beautiful.
over and over and over again if you want to. And I have people repeat the class for years, and I
Yeah.
love it because they're going
Yes.
every time they do it, they're going deeper and deeper and deeper, right? And then they get
Yeah.
to assist all the new people coming in, which help them even go deeper. So it's just a beautiful community of support.
So then let's talk about how people can use this on that business level. So
Yeah.
one, it's beautiful to use it to roto-root ourselves, our subconscious, our own beliefs and things like that for a healthy, joyous, compassionate, new earth living life, right? That's beautiful. On a business level, um, so this the training that you do, it's not just the activations. Does that also give guidance on how someone would go and get their business set up, or they fold this into whether they do it in person with people or they do it on Zoom or Facebook, those sort of things? Can people do
Yeah,
it
you
that
can do
way?
all of that. We don't have business training, but you can do all of that. I have doctors doing this, chiropractors,
See, that's wonderful.
acupuncturists, nurses, naturopaths. There's just all different ways of people that are doing this and working with their existing patients and clients. And
Yes,
I have a chiropractor did the class, and he said after I did the activations, my client no longer needed an adjustment
that is
because
interesting.
it released the energy, so the chiropractic adjustment was no longer necessary. I thought that was cool.
You know what?
And
And so that's a cellular memory that why someone would need so many adjustments because the memory in the cells would put it back.
trauma, yeah.
Trauma. And then so if you release it, that's so interesting.
I used
Wow.
to get chiropractic adjustments weekly.
Yeah, me
I haven't had
too.
one in years. And then I used to get massages all
Liberated.
the time, and I don't even get massages that often anymore because I don't need them.
Wow. So this is happening on a cellular level.
Yeah.
On a cellular level. So when okay, and so you just notice, and when you say it's easy to receive these activations. When we do one or two or a few, we'll see what that's like. But then I can hear a question from our audience. Does it ever come back up? And if it comes back up, do you just run the activation again? What are your thoughts on redoing it and carving it out?
Yeah, the same thing doesn't come back up. And if it does, it just goes away. It just shows you it was there and then it's gone. Now, there's
Okay.
different levels to this stuff too. The higher up you go, there's other stuff that's coming in where these activations are useful again.
Mhm.
I mean, I've been doing activations now for 13 years. I mean, there's some of them I don't do for 3 or 4 or 5 years, and then I do it and I go, wow, that was powerful. You know what I mean? So here it is 5 years later, I'm at this different level and I'm ready for the activation again to clear me at a whole different level.
Yeah, okay. I just want to say we were chatting earlier that we've known each other for 12 years in this sense. And when we first met, you assisted me. These activations assisted me. And we've talked about this before. There was this programming. At the time, I was really working on removing poverty consciousness with wealth consciousness. And you were like a perfect mirror for me. And I remember being scared to do something around something money priced wise. And you were like, well, let's work on that. And that totally went away. And things have
It just
it's
goes
so
away like that.
incredible. It's
Yeah.
so incredible. It just goes away like that. We might not even be mindful of it,
No.
but we're mindful of just how different our life is and
Yeah.
how
And some people
flow.
don't remember it's sacred activations because 3 weeks later, a month later, they have a new job opportunity. They don't remember they did sacred activations because sacred activations keeps unfolding in your life and it keeps working with you. It's not something you have to listen to for 21 days in a row and standing on your head twirling. You know what I mean? You listen to it once and it starts working with you and it continues working with you. So 3 days later, wow, there's a difference. A month later, wow, that was a cool opportunity. 3 months later, wow. It keeps working with you and it keeps shifting your energy so better and better things come in. And I've had experiences where it was at the beginning. I love this story because I did this with this girl I knew from another modality. And she says, I didn't feel anything. I didn't get anything out of it. And I went, okay, cool. And then you know what she did? She started telling me about all the cool things that was going on in our life.
That's it.
I didn't say anything to her. I just went, oh, cool. So some people don't recognize it was the sacred activations. And I'm not the
Yeah.
one to go, well, hello, because I
Yeah.
figure if they are ready for more, they'll come back for more. But sometimes
Okay.
they shift you so fast, it's freaky. Your life just goes zoom and it's totally different. And you're all, wait a minute. What do I
Yeah.
believe?
Okay. So when I know, so watch out be careful what you wish for, right? So practitioners who come and they want to learn this, from when someone begins, you said you had that weekend workshop, and I love the fact that No matter when people join, they can always get in and they can keep coming back. And that's such tremendous support. How
Yeah.
long does it take for someone to get up and running with these sacred activations, like to do it on a professional level?
Instantly. I mean,
Instant.
that's up to you. Just start posting. I'm doing a webinar, or I've got,
Wow.
you want to clear your anger, resentment. Hey, you want to activate your 18 strands of DNA? Contact me. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Yeah, you just start posting
Wow.
it. You don't need practice. You just start working and using it right away.
And this is all for activating people
In yourself. Yeah.
and
I mean,
ourselves. Primarily,
yeah.
that's the key. Wow.
Well, yeah, we only have to work on ourselves. That's really all we have to do. But if we want to help others, like I love helping others, so if you want to help others, then you can help others do the same thing with sacred activations. And sacred activations goes really deep. I mean, it goes deep. So it's, if you're ready for some change and you want a happier life and you want to help your clients, if you're frustrated with helping your clients and they're not changing, do sacred activations. It blows me away how incredible, amazing it is. I didn't come up with this. This is all channeled. This is all source, God, universe energy. It's not from the angels and the masters. I had different ones come in and teaching me. I had many different masters come in and give me activations at the beginning, and even aliens. They're giving me the aliens when they gave me activations. It took me like 6 months to do it. I was too afraid to do it because I knew how fast it shifted you. So some of the more advanced activations, like alchemy of the third dimension, which is part of this training, I was scared to death to do it. I was afraid for my world to change that fast. It took me 6 months to run the activation.
And then what happened? Well, look, you're in
Life
Mexico
is
now.
so much better.
So tell
It's
us
so much
when you
better.
say aliens, Christ ETs,
Yeah.
what
But different off-planet
Arcturians,
beings,
different
Octarians, yeah,
Arcturians. Okay.
Greys, which some people say
Wow.
are us in the future,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Wow. Okay. Wow. It's
But
interesting.
it's all source energy though. This isn't
Okay.
angel energy. This isn't alien energy.
It's
This is
source.
the highest source energy available. And at the beginning, I needed them to come in and talk to me. I didn't have confidence of talking directly with source, even though I did. But I needed them to come and teach me. They don't anymore because I don't need them. And that was really lonely for a couple of years. So she's still showing up and talking to me. So that was quite a shift when you really plug into you are the guru you're talking to. Takes a while to
Yes.
line up with that, but you do. And you just keep going and it just keeps going and going and going. It's just amazing.
And I love this notion of you are the guides you are talking to.
Yeah, you
Expand on
are.
this. We are the guides. Is that our higher self? Is this connecting us? It's got to be higher self connection, sacred activation.
Yes, but as you go, you end up being your higher self. It's not separate.
Yes.
It's all lined up as you go. And you become the guide you're talking to. And you no longer need those guides coming up and talking to you. It's unnecessary because it's really just truly you talking to you. When I was on this mountaintop in Spain in 2012, there was some chemtrails sprayed in the sky, and I used to get really mad at them.
Yes.
And I heard Lord Metatron say to me, "Come here." So I go up above the planet, right? So I go up above the planet, and we're standing there together, and we're looking at the planet, we're looking at the chemtrails. He goes, "Just do this." He goes like this with his wand. And then he looks at me, he goes, "You and I are one." And he went inside me, and I went inside him, and he went inside me, and went back and forth. And I went, wow, that was weird. And then I, started talking to my friend again that was sitting across from me. And I heard, look up. And I looked up, and all the chemtrails were gone. They disappeared. And I freaked out. What if they know I can do this? Oh, I got a story for you. A couple months ago, I was in my pool and I was shooting energy up and I was connecting my pillar of light, right? The next day I'm out and I'm in the pool with my husband. And he goes, look at that bird. It's not moving. Had its wing cocked up and it was like this, eye looking at us. And it was a couple minutes frozen. And then I saw these 3 bugs on this hot handle that leads you into my pool, right? And there was these 3 really weird bugs. I wish I would have taken their picture. And I said, Mike, look at these. I've never seen anything like this before. What is this? So I shut up my pillar of light. They sent something to check out what was going on. And they saw me playing in the pool with my husband. But that pillar of light is real. I went, yes. They can actually see that. And instead of becoming afraid, I shoot it up more. Because it's just love. It's love to everything. You know? It's love to everything. I don't know why I told you that part. Because
You
it
know
was
what?
trippy. It was really, really
I-
trippy. And 10 years ago, I would have went in hiding.
Oh,
I guess
wow.
that you know what I mean? It was scared. I've had some stuff I'm not even going to go into happen
Yeah. Okay.
and put me in hiding for many years. But now I'm like, I got this. I'm the temple of God. I'm pure love. I'm here supporting humanity. You know what I
And
mean?
thank you for that, because this is something that we all can do. And this is a beautiful reminder for all of us.
Yes.
Like,
All
I
of us
love
can do
that
this.
story. I love that story of the chemtrails. I used to get very angry, and even some people are like, well, what do you mean that's a conspiracy theory? And I'm like, just go look it up or whatever. But instead of fighting that, like we're talking about, do the work within us and do exactly what Metatron said. I have done that too. I've just taken my hand. Naturally, I just know I'm not deep to sense that there's a being, maybe I am, but I have taken my hand and shot unconditional love up at that chemtrail, looked away with no expectation for the outcome. But then I look away like I'll be driving and I'll look back and there'll be a hole in that chemtrail, or a
Yeah.
sylph will come out. Sylphs, clouds that look like angels, will eat the chemtrail or dissolve it. It's
Yeah.
beautiful what happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
That right there should be a validation that
Yeah.
we all
We can all
have
do
this
this.
capability. We can all do this. Thank you for sharing that story, because that's really important. This is
Yeah.
our own
Okay,
side.
good. That's why I went down there because I'm like, why am I talking about this? You
That's why,
know?
because this is us. When we are talking about developing psionics, we just have to reconnect our psionics. We have to reconnect our connection with source. It's not complicated. And that's what I love about sacred activations, and how we said
Nothing to
this is
learn.
almost a graduation. This is a
Yeah.
graduation. This is
Yeah.
applying.
Yeah.
So let's go
You just
into,
receive the golden seals and you run them. I just wanted to share this with you since we're talking about loving the world.
oh, look at the macaw.
So just imagine you're hugging the world. You know, everybody, everything, not just certain people, everything. Send it all love.
Send it all love. Now, did you paint that?
That's one of my paintings, one of my last ones. Yes.
Nice. What a beautiful
Thank you.
skill. Awesome. All right.
I'm okay, but I really
Yeah.
enjoy it. It brings me a lot of
Yeah,
joy.
it's a passion, and it's
Yeah.
lovely. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
All
Thank you.
right. Well, I want to point people to the link in the description box where you're watching this video. The
Okay.
email that got you here to the webpage that got you to this program has the special offer on it. There's many activations in here. There's so many. I mean, this is just a good start. And when you say 30 golden seals, these were kind of like the seals that you experienced in the spiral of light when you were in the
Yes.
chapel, right?
Yes.
So, is there anything more to say on the golden seals? What
No, you
I,
receive them at the beginning of training, and it gives you the ability to do the 30 activations that are included in here. And you can work one-on-one with people and to help them and work on yourself. It's really easy. It's a whole weekend training. And the cool thing is when you sign up, you get access to the training right now.
like the
So as soon as
task.
you sign up, you get the replay of the last training and you receive the golden seals, you receive all of your training, and you can start running activations today. And then you join in the live training in February. And also part of this is we are giving you a year access to over 200 activations on the website that you can listen to anytime you want. That's over a $2,000 value. And you have all of these activations, access to all of these to help you move through your life and to support you in your growth. Um, so it's all included. You get to do the, like I said, the practitioner training over and over again. We have Facebook groups. If you're not on Facebook, we are working on putting it on my website for people that don't like social media. But right now it's still on Facebook because the programs we found are a little clunky. I haven't been happy with them yet. So we're working on it. I have my team working on it, but we're here for you. We are here in support. There's people all over the world that are happy to work with you online, or even some people meet up. I've had some practitioners that met online and they now go on vacation together every year, and
Well,
they're like best friends and they live in Australia and Hawaii. So it's beautiful. It really is.
why do I have to tell you WhatsApp? You're in Mexico, so you know about WhatsApp, right? You probably use WhatsApp to communicate with everybody. But
Yeah.
there's a beautiful WhatsApp group that you can create,
I
perhaps.
heard that. I haven't done that.
Yeah, I think so. Because I've been contemplating, it's like, how would you do a WhatsApp? So WhatsApp, write that down, because that's an alternative to the social media. It really is,
Nice.
and it's a great way for people to connect. Great.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for this. I'm very excited for this. Every time I talk to you about this, I am so excited. And I'm going to do it. I think others should do it. I think the whole world should do it. It's so easy.
So easy. There's nothing to learn, you guys. It just comes to you. It's so easy.
Okay. All
And you
right.
can't do it wrong, and you can't hurt anybody, and you can't misuse it, and you can't do it on anybody without their conscious consent.
Okay.
The energy cannot be misused. It will not run.
It's almost, you know what this is? I'm feeling that this is scalar energy in a way with sacred geometry, but scalar energy. It knows where to go and what
It
to
knows where
do.
to go and what to do.
And the intention behind it, because each of the activations have it has an
Yeah,
intention, and
yeah,
that's what it's correcting or realigning.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's intelligent. I call it metaprogramming in the human biocomputer because it's intelligent software. Once it's installed, it starts working with you and upgrading all of your software. And it continues working behind the scenes. It's
Mhm.
intelligent. This isn't a guided meditation that you have to listen to 21 times to change your subconscious beliefs. This starts changing them as soon as you listen to it and continues doing it until it's changed in many
Okay.
different ways.
All right, let's get everyone going on this. I want to just say, please check it out. It is a beautiful opportunity. As you said, it's got a lot of activations in there that have a high value option. For those who need help with this, there's a two payment plan if that helps. And even if someone needs more than that two payment plan, send me an email and we'll see what we can do to take care of that. But we hope that makes it easy. This is an investment in your livelihood, in earth, in your modalities that you're here to offer. And what an upgrade. What a beautiful opportunity to make a huge difference in your own life, to do that healing. But then I love that practitioner option to take it to the world because so many of us going into a new year are ready for this. We really want to step up in new ways, and this is a great opportunity to do that. So awesome.
Yeah. I have a lot of
Anything
practitioners making their living on sacred activations.
they make their living on sacred
Yeah.
activations. Isn't that beautiful? It's a new job opportunity. It's a new earth business. It's a frequency. New Earth is a frequency, this is going to get you to a frequency that we can sustain that within our own energy field without being run down by subconscious programs that are kicking us in the astral. Okay,
Right.
so is there anything, I know we're going to do maybe one or two.
Yes,
I'll let you do
absolutely.
the one of that. Is there anything else you wanted to say about the activations of the practitioner training before we go to that?
Well, yeah, just if this interests you at all, do the practitioner training, even if you don't want to have a business doing it. Do it for yourself. And it helps everyone around you. It helps your relationships at work. It helps your relationships out in public. People treat you differently when you treat yourself differently. And this is going to do that for you. It's easy. It's so easy, I promise. And it's going to shift you super fast. Some people shift super, super fast. Some people go a little slower, and that's okay too. Because I've had people shift so far overnight, they're freaked out. They're all, I don't even know who I am anymore. I don't know what I believe. And then a couple days later, they're like, wow, I feel amazing. Because all these new belief systems kicked in, you know. But there's sometimes there, it's just like, wow. And that's a good thing because that means you're not running all that stuff anymore. And all these new higher vibrational feelings and emotions are kicking in to support you with your next thing. So that's what this is all about. It's all about helping you live your heaven on earth, helping you live your world peace because we
And
are all creating this together. So
and
let's do some activations. Now, remember, you might get emotional afterwards, you might not. Don't worry about it. But if you do get emotional, just understand it's your stuff coming up and shifting, and it will transform. Okay.
it will
So don't worry
transform.
about it. If you start freaking out and you're feeling really emotional, just go, this is cool. This is sacred activations, clearing all this stuff. You
Right.
know, because I used to get really mad sometimes after activations because all this stuff was coming up, you know?
Oh, yeah.
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 And then it's gone. And then you're like, cool. What
Liberation
was that? I
time.
don't even remember what it was. It's gone. So let's run some activations. We always have to do the Lord Metatron, which is up to 18 strands of DNA, depending on where you at. It will continue to unfold for you. And how about unmasked? So that way we can see the truth behind people's words, and people can see us too, because a lot of us hide who we are.
Okay.
We need to unmask. I remember I was traveling with this guy, Vicky's, and we were at the Sun and Moon Temple outside of Mexico City, and he pointed out this figure, and he says, "See, you have a mask on like that figure. You are wearing a mask." And I was like, "Wow, what does that mean?" I was hiding. I wasn't being who I was.
It's
So
many life
unmask is going to
workers.
help you be who you are, and also to see people for who they are.
Mm.
So how cool is that?
I love how you always are so intuitive for the need in the moment every time. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Marcus. So Marcus comment, this is so exciting. I love the conversation. Thank you, honey. I appreciate that. Appreciate you spending your time to be here. Thank you. So this is all you have to do. Just close your eyes, think about whatever comes up. That's it. So let's connect. I also want to run victim victimizer. So you can just think about any time you've been a victim or victimized others. We're also starting in unmasked. Imagine you can bring your energy into Mother Earth. Imagine you can ground and connect into Mother Earth. Just breathe in and out, and breathe in the peace and the love and joy and happiness. Peace, love, joy, and happiness. Open your eyes when you're ready.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. That is a beautiful connection. This time I felt the energy of it.
Good.
I did. I felt my whole crown buzzing.
Yeah.
Amazing. The victim victimizer.
Mhm.
I was thinking of something just recently, part of what we shared in our conversation today, that came up and that feels healed. And again, this is indicative of the work that we do on ourselves. It will literally change how we are received. And the unmasked, wow, amazing. The facade we put on.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
I
hiding,
felt
man.
that. Yeah, I felt that too. I felt that too. It's so frequent with light workers. So frequent. And so it's time. Come out, come out, come out.
Come out, be who you are.
Oh my goodness. Okay. This has been a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful conversation with you, an experience today. I encourage everyone, when you resonate with this, if you're ready to get busy on your new earth mission, we hear this all the time. What's my mission? What's my purpose? This could be that mission, your purpose. Like
Or it could
Tamra,
guide you to your purpose because you'll clear all the stuff out that's stopping you.
love it.
Yeah.
You will find it will be guided to your purpose. Clearing, rotor-rooting yourself out of these, liberating
Activating
yourself.
these sacred geometry lines you up to start experiencing such a better high vibrational life. Because that's what this is all about. Truly
That's what
is.
this is about.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing us the way. Thank you for offering the teachings for practitioners. It's a wonderful opportunity, and we look forward for everyone to take advantage of this opportunity. Again, you can check it out on the link in the description box, and wherever you got here to this program, you'll find that link. Tamra, I want to send you a big hug and wishes for the next beautiful time that we get to meet, and the time that you get to teach these practitioners, setting them on their path. I can already see how the world has shifted from that. Just what we did today, enough has been done right there too. Yes,
We're shifting the whole world. Peace, love, joy, and happiness.
love it. Final thoughts, please, as we say goodbye.
You are amazing. Give yourself a big hug. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Just hug yourself. Love yourself. That's all you got to do.
Beautiful. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
with us. And we love you and we love your light. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Namaste.
Thank you for listening to this quantum conversation.
Love you. See you
and
soon.
Thank you for dancing with us to the cosmic heart. As we raise our own vibration, we raise the vibration of the planet. This show is dedicated to you and all awakening hearts as we are here to shine our bright light and amplify our love. I'm Loren Gailey, and from my sacred heart to yours, I honor your magnificent love and light. This has been a presentation of New Earth One Network, your home for New Earth living. Access information, education, and videos on living from the heart in unity consciousness. Visit newearth1.com.